17-player roster, and 11 of them are seniors, 5 juniors, and 1 sophomore. We know that they do not want to lose 2 in a row. And we also know that although this series is very close since 2004, Lompoc leads 15-13, the Pirates have won 9 of the last 11, and they have set up a very interesting pattern of winning 3, losing 1, win 3, lose 1, win 3, and then we have today's game. So,
could be Lompoc's turn then.
It would seem to be Lompoc's turn. So,
well, okay, I'll take that. We are here at, as we said, Dan Botery Field, a newly refurbished Dan Botery Field. Our first time here at the new dig since they redid
quite
the
lovely
place.
Dan Botery Field.
Yes, it's fresh grass out front, and we have our nice little spot directly behind home plate in a cozy little booth of our own. So we are pleased to be here on a beautiful Thursday afternoon, and it should be a good game. The one question I have for the Braves is, and as I see Ruben Cortez out there in the infield grass yawning, he's one of the 4 starters in today's game that just finished playing a tournament basketball game last night in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Rumor has it they got back into town about 10:30. So I'm wondering what kind of energy some of these kids are going to have after playing another sport last night and then driving home and playing baseball today.
Yeah, well, they're young. They can recuperate.
Younger than me, that's for sure.
Isn't everybody?
Yes, everybody is. I was waiting for that. All right, so we're about to get underway. Pirates will step up to bat first. Pitching for the Braves today is number 24, Oscar Rojas.
Oscar's had pretty good numbers.
High pop fly over toward first base, just on the foul side of the line. Cortez there to make the grab and record the out. So quickly 1 down here on the top of the first. That brings us to number 2, Travis Welker. Senior infielder for the Pirates, looks at strike 1. Welker, not a big guy, 5'6", 145 according to the stat sheet.
No, there's not a whole lot of big anywhere on either of these 2 rosters.
Pitch fouled off to the wall here quickly. Welker down 0-2. Low and in on that one from Rojas. Takes a count to 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Tried to nibble that inside corner and just missed it.
Tries the other side of the plate, misses it wide. Evens the count at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out here. No score on the top of the first inning. Inside again, 3 straight balls from Rojas. And we got our first full count of the day.
Sometimes you can try and get just a little bit too cute.
Well hit to left. And that's going to drop off the fence for a stand-up double. Welker will have to hold up at second. A well-hit ball right down the third baseline. And with 1 out, the Pirates have a runner in scoring position here early. We mentioned that the field has been refurbished. Part of that reconstruction includes new fencing along the outfield. Much higher than it used to be.
But also much closer. Forgot to...
Don't quite know the new dimensions of the place. We'll get that by the next time we're here and let you know. But those fences are a lot shallower than they used to be.
Ooh.
A mighty cut at the plate by Cole Knightley for strike 1.
Yeah, a disappearing curveball.
High fastball gets him swinging for strike 2. Welker's over at second with 1 out.
And Rojas could really use a strikeout here.
Yes, the second out will definitely change the complexion of this inning in a hurry. 0-2 pitch, fouled away.
He just did get a piece of that. It was inside. He just nubbed it off the hands.
Count stay
we are back. Sorry for the interruption. A little bad connectivity on our regular pathway here today, but we'll get you back on one way or another. Back live at Bottery Field. Still no score. The Braves are up with no outs here in the bottom of the second inning. What I missed, Mike?
Well, Justin Allen looked at 4 straight pitches, and they were all balls until he drew a walk, and he struck it down to first. Jeffrey Ray came up, and he's looked at 2 balls and then watched a strike. So, 2 of the better Lompoc guys stat-wise. I'll learn how to speak one of these days.
Jeffrey Ray, one of the aforementioned basketball players who came in late last night after a state tournament game.
Yeah,
congratulations to the basketball team for getting an invitation, by the way.
Yeah, alright, if I could go on sleeping, but every morning I wake up and worry what's gonna happen today. You see it your way, I see it mine, but we both see it slipping away. You know we always had each other, baby. I guess that wasn't enough, but here in my heart I give you the best of my love. Oh, sweet darling, you get the best of my love, the best of my love. Sweet darling, you get the best of my love, the best of my love. Sweet darling, every night and day, you get the best of my love, the best of my love. Sweet darling, you get the best of my love, the best of my love. Sweet darling, you get the best of my love, you get the best of my love, the best of my love. Sweet darling, you get the best of my love.
After a while, crocodile. See you later, alligator. After a while, crocodile. Can't you see you're in my way now? Don't you know you cut my style? She said, I'm sorry, pretty daddy. You know my love is just for you. She said, I'm sorry, pretty daddy. You know my love is just for you. Won't you say that you'll forgive me and say your love for me is true? I said, wait a minute, gator. I know you mean it just for play. I said, wait a minute, gator. I know you mean it just for play. Don't you know you really hurt
beloved. We are gathered here today to get through this thing called life.
Well, I've been quick to point
Electric
the
word,
finger.
life, it means forever.
Things
That's a
I
mighty
find
long
out
time.
later.
But I'm here to tell you.
Well, I wonder who I'll point at
Something
when
else.
I read my life on pages. When I played my final number.
A world of never-ending happiness. You can always see the sun, day or night. So when you call up that shrink in Beverly Hills, you know the one, doctor, everything will be alright. Instead of asking how much of your time is left, ask him how much of your mind, baby. 'Cause in this life, things are much harder than in the afterworld. This life, you're on your own. And if the elevator tries to break you down, go crazy, punch a higher floor. Don't lie, the world you're living in. Take a look around, at least you got friends. I call my old lady for a friendly word. She picked up the phone, dropped it on the floor. It's all I heard. I'm not gonna let the elevator break us down. Oh no, let's go crazy. Let's get nuts. Look for the purple banana till they put us in the truck. Let's go. I'm excited. Don't know why. Maybe it's 'cause
So, sorry, looks like we lost our connection again. I don't know what's going on today. Sack bunt by Hickman. Moves the runner over to second with one out. Brings us to Tyler Rasmussen, who fouls the first pitch out of play. Fancy Fancy. Kid from Sunny and his name's Rasmussen. I don't know. That's a traditional name over there for sure. No balls on the strike. Runner at second. One down. Grounder in through the gap into left field. Well placed in between short and third. Stopped on the just on the ground on the left fielder. No attempt to go home and no attempt to throw home. So with one out, the Pirates have runners at the corners, first and third. Alan dropping green. Beating himself up further. Yeah, who's that bringing? Brian Berry fouls just out in front of the plate. Runner at third will have to hold. And the throw to first will record out number 2. Didn't quite get enough distance on that one to make the play work. But runner at first advances the second on the play. So with 2 down, runners at second and third for the Pirates. And this will be number 25, Ethan Usher up the bat. And that foul off the screen in our direction. Angle towards the Lompoc. That makes us 1-1. Okay. Usher batting 125 so far this year. Takes a hack at that one and comes up 10 feet for strike 2. Yeah, that one was just some heat down the middle. The Rawhawks 1 strike away from getting out of a little bit of a jam here in the second. Throws that one low and away for a ball. Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 off.
in the second. Deuces are wild.
Oh.
Outside, swung on and missed for strike 3. And then we'll retire the side.
Another strikeout.
Go runs. 2 left. After 1.5 here at Boulder Repeal, our score remains San Ynez nothing, Lompoc nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Well, Greg, the grass is green, the sky is blue with white fluffy clouds, and we have a modicum of wind, but this is a superb day for baseball. Superb day to be outside, really.
A beautiful day. As Jim Cherry would say, a beautiful day. Or as Kelwood P. Down would say, every day is a beautiful day.
The scary part of it is I actually got the reference, right?
You're dating yourself on that one. Well, the Braves will come up to bat on the bottom of the second inning in the scoreless game. Who's going to be up first? That looks like Caleb Ramirez. Start things off with the blue and white.
Most of the Braves' run production has come from their first 3 batters.
Ramirez looks at strike 1.
The 3 of them have combined for most of the Lompoc offensive production.
Ramirez batting 143 on the year so far in the early going. Drills this one down first base. Should be playable. And it is. Brian Berry over there at first for the Pirates, who will pick that one up himself and make the play solo. Out number 1. And it's going to bring up number 9, who is not on the roster.
Number 9 is Christian De La Cruz. Sometimes he wears number 20.
Okay, this is number 17. Okay. We'll figure it out as the season goes on, don't worry. As we always say, by the end of the year, we'll know what we're doing.
Hopefully.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Nobody on for the Braves. Well hit in the center. This was dropped for a single.
Braves finally get a hit.
Nicely placed right over the shortstop's head and into the gap. So we're 1 down. Devin Villalobos will come up.
Wearing number 3.
Says here Devin's hitting 200.
So right after one goes on.
Runner going. Throw to second. Looks pretty good. Did they get him? Yes. Well thrown ball from behind the plate by catcher Colin Jameson. Put that one right above the bag. Just first base side, right where you need to do it. And Lompoc's base runner is erased for the second out. Back to the plate we go. Ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
Well, one thing we know about Brian Aguilar is he's not afraid to send runners.
Villalobos takes a hack at that one and misses. Full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes. But Devin Villalobos with 2 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Got him swinging. So Villalobos and the Braves go down here in the bottom of the second. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Nobody left. So after 2 complete here at Rotary Field today, it's the score remains the same. Tenny-0, Lompoc nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And on KPEGradio.com, the International Network.
Live and streaming on the web as we speak. Before we forget to tell you, our next game will be the 13th. That's next Tuesday, as we will travel back out to McIntyre Field on the campus of Cabrillo High School, where the Conks will host the Lompoc Valley in some of those Padres League baseball action. Don't forget, we've got softball on the agenda as well this season. We'll be covering the girls for both Lompoc and Cabrillo as we cruise down the broadcast schedule this year. So, equal time for everybody.
And they can always go to KPEG.com to check the schedule and updates and other fun stuff.
KPEGradio.com. You can see the full season broadcast schedule there for you as well. So the Pirates back on offense. Mike's hurting himself. Zach Hewitt, number 6.
Back to the top of the lineup.
And why is Zach Hewitt at the top of the lineup? Because he's hitting 500. That's a good reason.
Indeed.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Hewitt. Strike 2. Hewitt's got a pair of hits on 4 at-bats and 1 RBI to his credit so far. Looks at that one well in the dirt. Evens a count of 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Top of the 3rd inning in a scoreless game. Check swing, ball is loose. Throw to first. Out number 1.
Yeah. That was a 3rd strike, and the catcher couldn't hold it. Seems like we're hardly underway, but we've already looked at over a dozen batters.
Moving right along. High fly ball just past the pitcher's mound. Fellows go squeezing into the glove for out number 2.
Caught by the 3rd baseman who came in on the rotation.
So quickly 2 down here in the 3rd inning for the Pirates. And Cole Knightley back up. Just low and inside on that one from Rojas for ball 1. That one's in there for a called strike. Evans is up at 1 apiece. Base is empty, 2 down here in the Pirate 3rd inning. Oscar working quickly out there on the mound. Throws that one outside for a ball, though. 2-1. This is that one going in for ball 3. I've seen Oscar pitch a couple of times already this season, and he does work pretty quickly. This little grounder over to second.
Kind of a cue ball.
Throw to Cortez at first. He'll make the play for the final out of the inning.
And Greg, for the first time we had the clean half inning.
1, 2, 3 here for the Pirates in the top of the 3rd. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 2.5 done here at Rotary Field. We're still scoreless. Pirates nothing, Braves nothing. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on 100.9 KPEG, your home for local sports.
And KPEGradio.com on the Valley Sports.
Radio Network.
And speaking of KPEG Radio, there's a new feature going to be coming out for all you rock and roll fans. And I know you are, else you wouldn't be listening to KPEG, because we play the best rock and roll on the planet, you know. A new show going to start tomorrow night at 6 p.m. We call it KPEG New Tracks. What we're going to do for about a half an hour at 6 o'clock every Friday night is introduce you to some of the new library entries that we've put into the rotation here recently at KPEG, plus one brand new song that we will debut on the air that night that we've never played on KPEG before.
Cool.
That'll be fully DJ'd with information about the song and the artist. So tune in to KPEG 6 o'clock Friday nights for KPEG New Tracks and check out what's new in the KPEG Music Library. Should be fun. Speaking of fun, Fabian Controlla is up to bat. That should be fun. We'll start things off with the Braves at the bottom of the third.
Player of the game in the prior Lompoc County.
Looks at ball one. Nice pitch right down the pipe. Strike one call. Evens the count at one apiece.
Torch at ball two, low and outside.
2-1 down to Controlla. What's he doing this year, batting average wise? Yeah. Fouls this one out of play. Over towards the spectators on the first baseline.
Give his account. 2-0.
Says Fabian is batting 111 so far this year. Gets a nice little piece of that one, though. Flops it into right field for a leadoff single. That'll help the average. That'll take us to number 2. Where's number 2? Strike one call. And we got to find out who this is. Another one not on the roster. Go to first. Controlla back in time. Head first slide.
There are 5 players listed on the roster, but their numbers are not given. Curtis Espinoza, Isaiah Hernandez, Nick Ahelo, Ray Ochoa, and Xavier Nix. And that doesn't look like Xavier. Presumably one of the other 4. Unless they've been playing musical numbers again.
Which they occasionally do this time of year. I believe the count is 1-1.
Indeed it is. Ooh.
Foul over there towards the third base dugout. Which, by the way, is something else that's changed here at Rotary Field. The home team dugout has now been moved down to the third baseline where it's supposed to be. Swung on miss, strike 3, and out number 1. Yes, forever the Braves dugout was down the first baseline, which was somewhat out of the ordinary, shall we say.
Oh, but I know who number 2 is, correct?
Well, I know we're number 22. That's Justin Allen, and he's up at that right now.
Number 2 is probably Jeffrey Ray, who in baseball and basketball was number 2, was number 7 on the roster, but on the
Justin Allen lead off, and
we got Jeffrey Ray.
Jeffrey Ray should be coming up next. I don't know. We'll see. We'll figure it out as we go.
They've got us confused. That's difficult.
It's not hard to do. Like I said, we'll get it figured out. This for sure we know is Justin Allen.
Throw over to first.
Count as 1 ball and no strikes to Justin. Corner going. And the ball fouled off. So Conchola will trot back to first.
Allen has 2 triples on the season and 5 hits. 4 RBI. Batting .333. Ruben Cortez is batting .500 with 5 hits, 4 RBI, and Jeffrey Ray is got 5 hits, 2 RBI, and believe it or not, a double, a triple, and a home run.
Oh. Almost got the cycle for the season.
Jeffrey is not a big kid.
Runner going. Throw to second. This one is going to be high and into center field. Controller will have to stay at second, however. So that throw from behind the plate not nearly as accurate as the first one we saw earlier. It resulted in an out. So the Braves have a runner in scoring position at second with 1 down here in the bottom of the third. Count at the plate is 1 ball, 2 strikes?
2 balls.
2 balls. Big lead over second. High chop over to third base. Conchola turns the corner at third. Will have to hold. Go to first is not in time.
Hold him off the bag.
All right. So the Braves in business here in the third with 1 out and runners at first and third.
We'll let an error on the third baseman. Good attempted stretch by the first baseman, but he's not real big.
So this brings up the official version of Jeffrey Ray, number 7.
Yeah. His go-go gadget maneuver did not work.
Ooh, just foul down the third baseline, and I mean just foul.
And
that was hit sharply.
Yeah, it was right over the back and curved just a little bit and hit the dirt about, half an inch off the chalk.
Yeah. And that was a bullet, though.
Mm-hmm.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners at the corners for the Braves. Runner at first going. Wild pitch. Throw to the plate. Throw to the plate. And Conchola beats the throw. And the Braves are on the board first for 1. Allen advances to second on the plate.
And that ball was in the dirt. Wild pitch.
2-1 to Ray. Low, ball 3. That previous play, Colin Jameson couldn't get a hold of it fast enough to get a throw over the plate. And Conchola was able to slide in easily.
And that one fouled out of play on the O Street side. Over and 1.
Sharply hit just past the pitcher. Allen turns the corner at second. He's in standing up. Well hit ball by Jeffrey Ray into center field. Scores Allen from second. An RBI single. for Jeffrey Ray. He puts the Braves up 2-0 and brings the San Ynez coach up to the mound. And we're going to have a very early pitching change here, Mike.
Indeed.
Very early here in the third inning.
See who it is.
Ben Moore is done for the day. We'll see who takes his place here. That looks like number 5.
So we get no more.
Nolan Morrison. 5'11", 185-pound senior third base / pitcher. We'll get his warm-ups. But the Braves up suddenly 2-0 here in the bottom of the third inning. It went pretty quietly in the first 2 stanzas. Now the Braves are sitting up 2.
So we go from Moore to Morrison. So I guess they wanted more.
I guess so. Well, we've got a second. Don't forget the city's annual Easter egg hunt is coming up here shortly, March 31st over at River Park. Several different divisions for different age groups. More information can be found with the Recreation Division of the city, 875-8100. Take the kids down to River Park and have some fun on the 31st of March.
Ruben Cortez steps to the plate against Mr. Morrison.
Ruben can do some damage with the bat.
He has a couple doubles on the field.
First pitch. It is a wild one that gets back to the wall. That'll send Jeffrey Ray over to second.
Bounced off the cubicle we're in just to my right.
1-0 pitch to Cortez. Just low across the plate. But low, 2 balls to Cortez. Ruben, a senior, playing in his last high school sporting season of his career. Gets into this one. High fly ball into right center field. Records the out. Ray tags up and heads over to third. So nice sack fly by Cortez. That records the second out. Puts a runner at third. And brings up pitcher Oscar Rojas. Oscar looking to help his own cause here. Need to get an RBI on the stat sheet.
That one wasn't quite in the dirt, but it was headed that direction.
Wasn't much over it. Morrison throws in the ball. One 0 pitch to Rojas. Outside. 12-2. Morrison having a bit of trouble finding the strike zone here in his early outing.
Activated the force field over the plate again, I guess.
That one's high.
Well, by all accounts, the next one should be a ball inside. So
he's working around.
Covers the diamond, as it were.
3-0 to Rojas. And 4 straight balls to Oscar will send him over to first.
Walking the pitcher when Another good thing, usually. Runners at the corners.
With 2 down here in the third, Lompoc leading 2-0. 2 runs across here in this inning. Brings us to Caleb Rivera's.
Wearing number 10. This half inning has slowed down just a little bit.
Demonstrably, I would say. 2 out in the Braves' third. Ramirez, first pitch swinging, grounds it over towards third, sets his feet, throws to first, and that will record out number 3 and retire the Braves here in the third inning. Got some nice damage done for the Braves. 2 runs across, a couple left on base. So after 3 complete here at Dan Bottery Field, the score is now Lompoc 2, San Ynez 0. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG and KPEGradio.com. Thanks for joining us. My name is Greg Ratcliffe. Mike Maloney is over here with me in our cozy little booth. Bill Smith back spinning the dials and keeping us on the air, as it were. Appreciate you being with us today.
We'll have to get Bill a cape for keeping us on the air.
Yep. Today it's been a struggle.
Actually, had to work today.
Another little thing I wanted to tell you about was you more than likely heard a song or two on KPEG as you've been listening over the last couple of years, and I know you have been listening. Heard a song or two that you can't identify. Something new that you didn't recognize. Well, that ever happens, and you just can't get over it. You got this song in your head, and you got to figure out who it is. Give us a call. Tell us when you heard it. We'll tell you who it is. It's that simple.
And what it was.
And what it was. And what it's all about. 875-2750. That's your number at the studio. 875-2750. Call us up. We'll look it up on the log, and we'll tell you exactly what you're listening to. And we appreciate you listening. So don't be scared. Call on.
They don't fight much. So we won't be done much.
All right, we're going to the top of the fourth. And Colin Jameson takes off his catcher gear and steps into the batter's box.
Ooh, smacked that one.
High into left field. Ooh, gone.
Just did clear the fence, which is about, 8
feet high, looks like.
Maybe
about 8 foot 6 inches.
Yeah.
So a solo home run to start things off for the Pirates here in the top of the fourth makes it a 2-1 game.
That deficit cut in half in a hurry.
First pitch to Nolan Morrison, our new pitcher, is fouled off the hands for strike one. High chopper over towards short. Fielded, throw to first. Cortez has got it. And there's out number 1. Going to bring up Casey Hickman, who's won out here in the Pirates' fourth inning. Looks at strike one from Rojas. Oscar working quickly once again. Throws that one in. Yes, misses outside for a ball. Takes that ball long and long. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. Nobody on here in the top of the fourth inning. Braves leading 2-1. Speaking of 2-1, that is now our count. 2 balls and a strike at the plate. High chopper over the mound towards second. It'll be a quick play. Nicely done. Jeffrey Ray there to catch that one. Throw it over to Ruben for up number 2. Had to wait for that one to come down. He made a quick, accurate throw right on the money over to first base to record out number 2. That brings us back to Tyler Rasmussen. Looks at ball 1. And does the same thing to strike 1. Ball in a strike now to Rasmussen with 2 outs here in the 4th.
Rasmussen is one of the few bigger kids on the team. He's 6'2", but 155 pounds.
Tall and lanky.
Mm-hmm.
2-1 pitch. Popped up high into shallow center field. Should be playable. Running off the sun. Makes the play for out number 3.
I tell you, Allen has been playing some really good ball.
So 1 pitch resulted in a home run over the left field fence.
And we're popular dudes today, Greg.
I guess so.
Don't know why.
Is that you or me?
That was me.
Okay. So 1 run across for the Pirates in the top of the 4th. 3.5 complete from Buttery Field, and our score is now Lompoc 2, San Ynez 1. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. Also, coming up this weekend, I should tell you about this. The ever-popular Dancing with the Stars happens this Saturday at 6 o'clock. Some local folks dancing for their favorite charities, raising money for their favorite local nonprofit organizations. So check it out. More information can be found at lompoc.com or at the Chamber of Commerce office at 736-4567.
And who are you dancing with, Greg?
I am not a star, so I don't dance. And you wouldn't want to see me dance anyway.
Oh, I think we could probably get some YouTube.
There's only one thing I do worse than sing, and that's dance. So we'll skip both of those. Thank you very much. Chopper over to short. First pitch swinging, and there is 1 down. That was Christian De La Cruz. And quickly 1 out here in the bottom of the 4th for the Braves. Takes us to Devin Villalobos. Morrison still on the mound for the Pirates here in the 4th inning. Throws ball 1 to Villalobos. Takes that one out. Straight over towards second base. On the fly for out number 2. That's the case of being in the right place at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Almost didn't have to move any part of his body.
That was directly to Travis Welker, right where he was standing. So
raised his arm just a little bit, but that was about it.
So very quickly, 2 down here in the Braves' 4th inning. Fabian Conchola up to bat. Fouls the first pitch off for strike 1.
What's up the second?
He was a count of 1 apiece. And some of the confusion is coming to light, Mike, as I'm realizing that the Braves have 1 roster for home games and 1 roster for away games with different numbers. So we'll get that sorted out.
Third pitch is low and away. Ball 2.
2 balls and a strike, but 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Got him swinging on that one. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are empty.
And they're kind of stacking the deck against us. We make enough mistakes on our own, and now they're trying to trip us up.
Strike 3, swing and a miss, and the Braves go down very quickly here in the bottom of the 4th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no way left. After 4 complete here at Bottery Field this afternoon, our score remains Lompoc 2, Setting is 1. You are listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And KPEGradio.com.
That's Mike. I'm Greg. Bill's back at the studio. And you are who you are, wherever you are. Thanks for being with us. We enjoy bringing you these games, and we will be doing so all season long. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games on our schedule. This is only game number 2. So we're just getting started. Again, our next game is next Tuesday the 13th. As the Apollo Titans visit the Cabrillo Conquistadors baseball field. Game time, 4 o'clock. As by then, we will be in daylight savings time. Don't forget to set your clocks this weekend. So first pitch scheduled at 4 o'clock next Tuesday. Leading things off for the Pirates in the 5th is number 24, Ryan Beery. Rojas still on the mound for the Braves. And throws out with the dirt right in front of us.
They're tricking things at us again.
Great. That happens sometimes. Nice pitch at the lower corner. Even the count of 1 apiece. Grounded toward third, backhanded. Throw to first, beautifully done. Out number 1. Christian De La Cruz with a nice backhanded stop there along the third base line. Hooked around real quick, threw an accurate throw over to first. Record out number 1. Brings us to Ethan Usher, whom I believe is the only left-handed batter on the Pirates roster today.
The only one we've seen so far, anyway.
Takes ball 1, then fouls off the second pitch to even it up at 1 apiece. 1-1 pitch from Rojas. Hit over towards second. Through to first. In time to record out number 2. So quickly 2 down here at the top of the 5th. And that takes us to Zach Hewitt. Watches ball 1 go by.
And Rojas has been pretty effective the last few innings. He had that one mistake, which was a fly ball that was just a little bit too high and long for the home run. But other than that, he's been cruising right through people.
Hewitt fouls this one over towards third. Should make us 1-1, I think. And I got one right. Ooh, got him swinging on a little sinker action. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 out. Bases clear. Little chopper over toward Rojas. He'll underhand it over to Cortez, and they will record the out and retire beside. Again, an easy inning for the Braves. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. 4.5 done here at Rotary. Score still Lompoc 2. Say it is 1. You're listening to the Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports and your home for the greatest rock and roll on the planet. 100.9 KPEG. What else is going on these days? I could tell you about Springfest. That's not too far away.
Yeah.
The weekend of April 21st, we have our mini version of the Flower Festival happening out in Ryan Park. We call it Springfest these days. Have lots of food booths and entertainment. Things like chili cook-offs and car shows. All sorts of fun stuff.
All kinds of arts and crafts.
Yeah. Go check it out the weekend of April 21st down at Ryan Park, Springfest. You see a bunch of people you haven't seen in a long time.
Rojas has retired 9 of the last 10 batters he's faced.
He'll get it done.
Yeah. The one he didn't retire, he gave up a home run.
Yeah. High, fly ball, where to go?
Shortstop.
There it is. So high, I couldn't see it. Out number 1. That'll bring us to the top of the order. Justin Allen at the plate and 1 down. Allen takes first pitch, called strike.
Allen had the triple to place the winning run against Cabrillo the other day.
Two straight pitches in for strikes for Morrison. And Justin in the hole. 4 balls and 2 strikes.
No real wind to speak of today, Greg.
Well, we're in a little more protected place than we are normally, so it's...
Yeah, but looking around, you don't really see the trees bent over or the weeds waving around.
I think you're right. It looks pretty calm. We're pleased to say we were nice and cozy.
The reason I mentioned it is because there have been some times in prior years when the fences were further out. If the ball had been hit in the air to right field with the fences where they are now, it would have been gone by a long ways.
Allen swings at strike 3 and goes down to record the out.
That's just a piece of it.
This one is fouled out of play. Behind the Braves dugout. Two down here in the Braves 5th. And this is Jeffrey Ray back up. Picked up an RBI last time he got. Ooh. And picks up a single this time at bat. Loops it over into right field. Well, 2-out single by Jeffrey Ray brings up Ruben Cortez, looking to pad his RBI numbers.
And Ruben would like to pad them by 2.
First pitch swinging, drilled down the third baseline into left field for a single.
Ray over to second, pulls up.
Nicely hit ball right down the line, just fair inside the bag. And that will bring another conference to the setting his pitching mound. 2-1 is our score. Braves on top, threatening here in the 5th, however, with 2 on and 2 out. Jeffrey Ray over at second. Ruben Cortez standing at first. Over there speaking with Coach Larry.
And Larry Jacinto. It's only been a Braves coach for, what? 3 decades?
400 years or more?
Since, as they used to say, since Moses was a corporal. Long time.
And the Braves runners are actually coming for a council as we have another pitching change here already.
It's going to be number 10.
Who is that? That's Cole Knightley.
Mm-hmm.
He is a 6 foot, 195-pound junior. Let's see if we have any pitching stats for this young man. No wins, 1 loss, in 2 appearances. A 1.91 ERA.
Sounds like he's the middle reliever.
It does.
Be appropriate for the situation.
1 save under his belt. So this will be the 3rd pitcher for the Pirates here in 5 innings. The Braves would dearly like to take advantage of the new guy here with 2 on. And Oscar Rojas, the Braves pitcher, up to bat. Looks at ball 1, low away. Gray with a nice lead off second. Cortez with a little more conservative lead on first. Chopper over towards second. A little underhand throw to second base will force out Cortez for the 3rd out. So, Knightley able to get the Pirates out of a jam here in the bottom of the 5th. The Braves come up empty and strand 2. So after 5 complete innings here at Dan Votary Field, our score remains unchanged. It's Lompoc 2, San Ynez 1. And you are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week. Right here on your home for local sports, 100.9, KPEG and KPEGradio.com. Greg Ratcliffe along with Mike Loney here at Votary Field. Bill, Dr. Grouse Smith spinning the dials and dialing the phones back home. And we're pleased to have you with us. I mentioned we've got baseball and softball on the schedule this year. We've got our first softball game will be on the 23rd, as we will go across to the other side of the Lompoc High School campus, where the Lompoc girls softball team will take on the visiting Typical Eagles. It's a Friday game, start time 4 o'clock.
Likely get to see one of the best softball players on the Central Coast. Dylan from up at Templeton, who is just scary.
Scary good?
Scary good.
Looking forward to that then. We're softball a year or so removed from a CIF championship of their own.
Mm-hmm.
Up to bat, Travis Welker for the Pirates to start things off in the 6th. Looks the ball 1. And looks the ball 2. Rojas still on the mound for the Braves. That one in the first strike. Oscar pitching a real good game with that one little blip when he gave up the dinger to left field.
Ooh. Ball 3, but that one did not miss by much.
Rojas continuing to work very quickly on the mound. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Got that one in for strike 2 call. Low for ball 4, and Welker will trot over to first base with a leadoff walk.
And Rojas a little bit upset with himself on that one. I think he knew that was low as soon as he released it.
That'll bring us to Cole Knightley, the new Pirate pitcher. Shows bunt, takes ball one. And Welker taking a pretty big lead over there at first, dancing around a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's the 1-0 pitch to the plate. Bunted back over to Rojas. Checks second. Tosses over to Cortez at first and records the out number one. But the sacrifice bunt moves Welker over to second just as designed.
I think Rojas maybe had a shot at the man at second, but he made a good decision not to try it. His momentum was carrying him away from the throw.
So with one out, Colin Jameson steps into the batter's box. Nice pitch, strike one call. Hear that one pop into the glove. Tying run at second now. And there goes Welker to third. He slides in safely. Aggressive base running there by Travis Welker, as the pitch was a little bit off and in the dirt. Took advantage of the situation and sprinted over to second.
Good hit.
High and in with that one. 2 balls and a strike now to Jameson. Tying run over at third. In there for a strike call. Evens it at 2 apiece. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here in the Pirate half of the 6th. High chopper over towards second. Player be at first. Not as great run scores from third, however, as Welker streaks in from third base. And all of a sudden, we got a tie ball game. It's 2-2 here in the top of the 6th inning. Takes us to Nolan Morrison. Takes the pitch low and in for ball one. Just inside with that one. Up around the belt for ball 2. Way down low and inside. 3 straight balls now from Rojas. And it's a 3-0 count to Morrison. Just catches the inside of the plate for called strike one. Morrison not quite sure about that one, but he'll okay. Foul off the hands and the plate.
After 3 straight balls, he works it to a full count.
3-2 pitch. Swung on and missed on high heat.
It's the strikeout, but the damage has been done.
1 run across here in the 6th. 5.5 innings done here at Bottery Field. Score now tied up. Lompoc 2. Says 2. And you are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week. Right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
And KPEGradio.com.
Not only your home for great sports and rock and roll, but also the exclusive home for Lompoc City Council meetings. If you'd like to follow the city government in action, you can not only catch it at TAP TV and the city webpage, you can also catch it right here at 100.9 FM. That's the first and third Tuesdays of every month, usually starting at 6:30. little something for everybody here at KPEG. Great rock and roll, awesome high school sports, and your local government in action. What more could you ask for?
Well, I can think of a few things.
Well, we will go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Caleb Ramirez will step into the box for the Braves to start things off. Cole Knightley remains on the mound for the Pirates. Misses that one high and a bit outside for ball 1. That one's low and a bit outside for ball 2. Two-0 now to Ramirez. Watches ball 3 outside. Three-0 pitch. Got the corners for right one call. High chopper could be trouble. That's going to drop into shallow left.
And he thought about trying to go for 2, but wisely wheeled it back first. But that ball dropped right in between the third baseman, the shortstop, and the left fielder, and it was about 3 feet from each of them.
Yep. It was in the perfect spot. And the Braves have the go-ahead run at first. Here in the bottom of the 6th. Showing bunt is Christian De La Cruz, and then barely drifts fouled on the third baseline. That would have been perfect, except it finally rolled across the chalk into foul territory.
2-3 inches out of bounds by the time I got to the bag.
And a smart play by the Pirate third baseman to let it roll.
I think he may have been blowing on it. Trying to get it to
1 strike now.
move out.
So De La Cruz, throw to first. Amount of time. No balls on a strike to De La Cruz. There's the ball 1 high. Evens the count of 1 ball and 1 strike. Nobody out. Runner on first for the Braves here in the bottom of the 6th, and a 2-2 tie. Outside portion of the strike zone gets a called strike. 1-2 the count. This will be fouled out of play or towards scoreboard area. Count will stay 1-2. Ball comes loose. Runner going. Slides in safely at second base. Ramirez, alert base running. Saw the ball come loose behind the plate, took off, and got in just under the throw. So a runner in scoring position for the Braves here in the bottom of the 6th inning in a 2-2 tie. And nobody out. I think we're going to have a pinch runner.
Indeed, that looks like it might be Shamor. Okay. Yeah. Can't read the number from here.
We'll let you know. These Braves home uniforms have white numbers on white jerseys.
Yeah. Outlined in light gray, so.
So wish us luck. Wish us old guys luck.
I can tell you it's somebody who was quite a bit taller, but that didn't help you much.
We'll let you know when he comes around. Pitch inside for ball 3. Full count now. To De La Cruz, the runner at second. Pitch outside for ball 4, and De La Cruz will jog over to first. And the Braves have runners at first and second with no outs here in the bottom of the 6th. And we will have a
conference with the coaches and the batter who came out, which was number 8.
Roger Hayes was coming out to bat, but he's going back to the dugout. We'll see who comes out in his place. Okay, well, we'll go back to the regular lineup card and bring in Devin Villalobos.
Their regularly scheduled program.
Regularly scheduled program. Villalobos sitting in the 7th spot today. Chance to do something really good for the Braves right now. He'll chew on it nobody out. Nice little bunt over towards the catcher.
Does good on the first.
Close play at first, but out number 1. Runners advance. Runners now at second and third. There's 1 out.
The batter will be so Mystery Man number 2.
Mysterious number 2. Score to make another inning. What am I wrong?
Home, away, international,
or anything else. Boxes ball 1 0. 2-2 is our score in the bottom of the 6th. 1 out for the Braves with runners at second and third, trying to break this tie before we go into the final inning. This is the final regular inning.
Inside, ball 2.
Our first broadcast of the year was the Lompoc Cabrillo game. That one ended extra inning. Ball in the dirt. Catcher couldn't find it, but it stayed right there by the plate. So the runner at third has to hold. So 3 balls and no strikes at the plate.
I think that may have been a little bit of acting on the catcher's part. Trying to play like he did below the ball. Clearing a little bit of a conference out there between the shortstop and the pitcher. I think they might be discussing who's covering what.
Well, the Braves have a runner at first and second and third. That means the bases are full, right?
So they're saying that, hit him.
No. I think they just track the ball.
No, I mean, why the bases are juiced there.
There's a strike at the plate. 3 balls, 1 strike. Bases full with 1 out.
I guess they're saying that Villalobos run out. If he's down there at first,
It sure looked like they called him out. Anyway, swing and a miss at the plate. Takes us to a full count, 3-2. Big pitch here. All 4. Wait. Now, what's this going on?
There's a home plate umpire calling everybody back, calling time.
Gave it the elbow. Right? What we're saying?
I'm not sure, I think.
Either way, it's a ball. Yeah. Either way, the runner goes to first. Either way, a run scores. Either way, it's 3-2 Braves. Bases still full, and leadoff man Justin Allen steps in for Lompoc. Puts the ball on high and inside. And the crowd's getting into it now. Strike on the outside. Evens the count at 1 apiece. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Bases full for the Braves. 1 more across here in the bottom of the 6th.
And we mentioned Allen has 2 triples. One of which was the game winner against Cabrillo.
This would be a good time for another one.
Yep.
Takes the pitch inside.
12-2.
And that one catches them on the arm on the way by. And that will bring in another run. So suddenly it's 4-2 Braves. As they score 2 so far here in the bottom of the 6th.
And Jeffrey Ray up at the plate. Sixth batter this inning. 2 have scored and 3 are residing on the base paths.
Great opportunity to pass some stats and add some runs here. Chin music for Jeffrey Ray. Ball 1.
And Jeffrey is not a large kid.
Nice pitch on the outside corner. Strike 1 call. Still only 1 down here in the Braves half of the 6th. 2 runs across already. Bases still full. Boy, Jeffrey took a hack at that one. Just got a piece of it off the screen.
Yeah, he's what? 5-6 on a good day, maybe $1.50.
Yeah, something like that.
So he was looking to put that one over on the tennis court.
Ooh, gets a piece of that one, drills it in the center. Runner at third, tags up, throws the plate. They're not runner taking off the third, he's going to get picked off. Now a little conference here by Coach Aguilar with the home plate umpire, but
He's going to say that they was blocking the pass, but if you have the ball, you could do that well ahead of the time.
So out number 2 recorded at the plate, out number 3 recorded at third base, and the inning is done. But the damage done. The Braves come up with 2 big runs here at the bottom of the 6th inning. Leave a whole bunch of bodies on the base paths. After 6 complete here at Dan Buttery Field, our score is now Lompoc 4, Tennis 2, and the Braves are 3 outs away from their 4th victory for the year.
Inning. Will Haas still on the mound? Clark? The interesting combination here that you see in high school. The Pirates pitchers basically put a bunch of runners on with mistakes, and then the Braves cleared them off with a bunch of running mistakes. So,
yeah, that was
an early season high school ball kind of situation.
2 kind of ill-advised runs there by the Braves. cleared the bases on that one, or after the beginning anyway.
The problem started when the runner on third was about 10 feet from the plate by the time he realized that ball was going to be caught, and so he had to scramble back to third, and by the time he turned around and was headed back to the plate, the relay throw was already on its way to the plate.
Yep.
And that was it. And then the guy on second watched the play at the plate, and then he took off. And it's just a little bit late.
So we will go to the top of the 7th inning here. Casey Hickman will step in for the Pirates and look at ball one. Oscar Rojas going for the complete game victory here today. That pitch misses just a bit low. Makes the count 2-0 to Hickman. Rojas misses high and away on that one. 3 straight balls from Oscar. 3-0 pitch. Gets away and back to the wall. No damage, except for the fact that Hickman will walk over to first with a leadoff walk here in the 7th. Tyler Rasmussen now will step into the batter's box for the Pirates. Throw to first, Hickman back easily. Now Oscar throws that one in for strike one call. 4-2 ball game on the top of the 7th. Braves lead. Another throw back to first. Not in time. Pitch to Rasmussen. Inside around the knees. For ball one.
Nice snag.
Ball and a strike. Ball and a strike to Rasmussen. What a strike. Ball too low. All of a sudden, Oscar having a little bit of trouble finding the strike zone here in the 7th.
Umpire cleans off the plate. Removes one argument.
2-1 pitch pending. Chopper over to short. They'll get the leadoff run. Lead run is out at second. Rasmussen will get the first. Okay, they are calling the man out, Rasmussen out at first as well, because the lead runner, Hickman, slid into second base to break up the play. Although there is some discussion about it at this point.
Coach Dickey is not a happy man. I think it was because he came in with his cleats up.
Well, call it a double play, and all of a sudden 2 outs and the bases are empty. And Ryan Beery, the last gasp here for the Pirates. We're down 4-2 in the 7th. Beery looks at strike one. One pitch held on high for ball one. 1-1 to count. Yes, dude. Just missed that one. Ball 2. 2 balls and 1 strike to Ryan Weary.
Fouls that one off into the red dugout. Makes us a 2-2, and the Pirates have gone to their last strike. Hit the warm-up catcher in the shin. He was wearing his shin guards, so that's a good thing. That works out well. That's why they wear protective gear. Usually don't need it in the dugout. Chopper over to second. Pivots, throws, done. Up 3 and the side is retired, and that'll do it. Oscar Rojas with the complete game victory. And the Braves will come out on top of this one with a score of 4-2. Nice job by Oscar. Gave up the 1 home run, a couple of scattered hits. Pitched well for the Braves today. Indeed. The Pirates, however, went through 3 pitches of their own. Had some struggles from the mound. Oscar did well at the plate as well. Yeah. So in spite of having 4 of their players get off the bus last night after a basketball game, the Braves come up with a baseball victory here this afternoon. They just put out cots in the locker room, or probably. All right, don't forget our next game is next Tuesday. That'll be the 13th. We will be out at McIntyre Field at Cabrillo High School for some more baseball action, and the Conquistadors will host the Napomo Titans. What should be an interesting game as well. Speaking of Cabrillo, try and get out to the Cabrillo High School gym on Saturday for the Cabrillo High School girls basketball squad, who will be taking on Sunny Hill. That's round 2 of the state tournament, girls basketball state tournament. They are privileged to be there, and they deserve to be there. Indeed. So go out to the Cabrillo gym if you can. Saturday night, game time is at 6 o'clock, and root on the Cabrillo girls in their quest for a state title. So that's going to do it from Van Bottery Field here today. For Bill Smith back in the studio, and for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for joining us. Our final score from Van Bottery Field, once again, the Braves 4 and the Pirates 2. Now we'll send you back to the greatest rock and roll on the planet at 100.9 KPEG. Good night, everybody.
100.9 KPEG.